Hey friends, welcome to or welcome back to Noras Cove. If you're new here, I'm Yoshida, and here at the Cove, we like to budget and plan in confidence using a planner. Today, you guys, look what I got. It is a classic happy planner, okay, size. So I think it was 2024. I wanted to budget in classic HP. I ordered, let me open up. I ordered covers, these things here, dividers. I printed our currency dashboard for her. And I can't believe this was created in March of 2024. And she's still like mint condition. I ordered a 2024 calendar from Cloth and Paper. I, of course, put, let me see what we got here. So this was, I don't know what this was. Yeah, this was February, so I got her a little late in the game because, again, I always change my mind around about February. That's why I don't really do a lineup. And here I am changing again. So these pages are just empty. I did do a little something here in April. I'm just giving you a quick flip to show you what was done. And I really hated to throw away these inserts, but I'm not into redating. I'm not into it. So I'm not going to do that because it's still, the dates are just still going to be off. Like, because on their calendars, of course, and some of mine, you have like Cinco de Mayo, days like that. And it's just not going to work. What else? I ordered these from Crafted Designs Co. to put in here to use. So I'm going to put, I don't know why I ordered this. I think because at that time, this is one of the sizes she was ordering. She was producing. So I'm going to like deconstruct her a little bit. Of course, I'm going to leave like bill tracker in because there's just some things that, let me show you. My half letter. If you don't know, I've been budgeting in half letter for years. I tried to get away from her in 2024. And I wound back up in her. Now, I'll explain later, but I want to just go ahead and deconstruct this because I've been working on, while I talk to y'all, I'll deconstruct. I've been working on this bundle for about, well, I started in September, October, and this sounds a mess. Let me rip these out and come back. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to just take this currency dashboard and I'm just going to move it to a different section. So back here is like kind of my business budget, but it already has one. I don't know what, let's do it over top of this one here because I got a couple of dashboards that I want to put in. But yeah, I've been working on this bundle for a minute, and let me tell you, well, not a minute because I paused and just stopped doing it. I did print me a dated calendar. That was another thing. Now that I'm down to one printer, like I ran out of ink after I only had printed 2 of these finance bundles because I already printed my, of course, half letter. And then I said, hey, I want a classic HP. So I printed that. I printed probably one dashboard too, and I was out of ink. So I got to get my printers together. But anyway, so I printed my 2026 calendar. I'm going to put that aside. This is the luxury dashboard. I'm going to go through the finance bundle kind of separately and break down how to use everything. But this is the new dashboards that'll be coming. I'm trying to get this video up tonight. If I get it up tonight, today is Saturday, it's around 6:22. I'm just going to try to get it up sometime tonight, and then tomorrow, which is Sunday, these will be in, but you may see this video on Sunday because I'm tired. I've been working today. So this is the new luxury dashboard. This is the new chest dashboard, and it just says, make your next move your best move. And then the budget essentials. And then, I don't have it in a classic HP size, but we have the cozy dashboard. How cute is that? So pretty. So, yeah, I decided I want to budget in Classic HP. But here's the thing. So my budget planner is perfect, y'all. That's why I haven't changed. It's set up perfect. So then I was like, oh my God, now I gotta go print this again. I gotta print all the stuff that I have in here. I need new month dividers. I said, oh, and I got orders to do. So I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get it quite the way I want. So yeah. Anyway, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set this up, but like when it comes down to do the budget breakdown, I'll probably be back over here. Budget categories, I'll still be doing a little budget planning in here, so I will probably whip this out from time to time. But I was thinking about making this a catch-all because I'm like, again, already I'm changing my mind. So let's start with the bundle. And this will be a digital download. I'm trying to make sure that it'll be up on the site tomorrow for digital download. Now, I will say this, you guys. I've been printing and using my big cutter to cut my inserts. I'm not having a problem, but I have to kind of jimmy rig something to do it, okay? And I just don't, I don't know. I think I'm a little, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm a little terrified, kind of like, because I think when my everything went left, I did not know that it had gone left until I had mailed something out and someone let me know. And it kind of made me mad. You know what I'm saying? I was more so mad at myself because I didn't pick up that it was that way. I normally do quality control, but when you're doing something continuously, everything looks straight or crooked or whatever, you know. So, long story short, I'm just kind of nervous to say, yeah, we're back printing inserts, and then someone has an issue because I'm not perfect, but that's the thing. I like things to be just all is well and perfect. Like, see here, it's crooked. I can see now. So yeah, I can't do that. So we'll be doing digitals. Let's just leave it there. We'll be doing digitals. They're fine for me though. Like some pages are even, some pages aren't. And then for some reason, Classic HP never, see how this is crooked? Yeah, I can't offer this. So let me go back because I'm just rambling. So the newest part of the budget planner is we have this monthly financial goals. Like I think we had this before, goal mapping, like that, and it was by the quarter, which we're going to do quarters, but it was like a 2-for-1 type of situation. But here monthly, so you can put out your goals for January. You can come in each month and check that out. But like I said, we'll break it down, and then you have the gold, and you get goals, and you get 5 of those, and your action steps. So what you'll do is you'll check them off if you're doing the action steps, and once it's completed. Okay, and then we have the annual overview. So you'll put the year, the category, which is your income, bills, expenses, savings, debt, and total. Again, we'll go over all of this, and then each month is broken down. And we're going with our same color scheme since everyone seems to like that. And the good thing about it being digital, if you make a mistake and there's not enough pages, you can print another one. Like I saw one in here and I was like, only did 1 page of that. But I tried to make sure, like if you're printing it at home, you have at least 12 months of undated calendars. You have at least 12 months of monthly budget. And I think you get about 14, 16 paychecks, which I'm sure you'll need more, which is about 19, 20. Depends on how often you get paid. But you can always print more of those. And so the quarterly budget, here it is. And so you'll check in quarterly, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. That's just a page. And again, if you mess up, you can just print as much as you want. So all this will go up in the front, which will be first thing you see. And that's the good thing. Things are separated so that you can separate. If you decide to have on my quarterly budget in the middle, you can move that in the middle. Okay, and then I threw in this, which I wasn't going to do because I already have kind of done this, and this would normally be like separate, but it is the yearly overview. Yeah, see, it's kind of crooked. And plus the way my printer prints, it makes it crooked. But this is the yearly overview, and I just printed it out because I added it because, of course, I don't want it in here. Okay, and then we have the calendar. So I'm gonna whip out my calendar. I just printed it. Here we go. Well, you get the calendar. What did I do? I just printed the calendar. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. And so, I guess I'll do this. And I believe this is already in there, but whatever. So I'll probably be budgeting in this week. Because I'm like, I think the reason I didn't come in here as often, I'm gonna show you something else. So I have a whole cover for this planner. This cover is from Moterm. Y'all, she's like brand new. I never used it, but it just stayed in there, and I realized I didn't like the cover. Like, I've changed the cover to my personal already, and I'm thinking like, and I was gonna share that sometimes when a planner doesn't really work for you, it could be the inserts. It's a couple of things that it could be. It could be the inserts. It could be the cover. A lot of the, you know, if it's something like this, the disc. Maybe, like, I don't really care for these discs. I'm gonna get some different ones, but for now they're okay. But you know, it could be something so simple, like something that could be changed. So before you just say, hey, this planner didn't work for me, or I didn't come in this planner, I know in the past, like when I would get planners from like Michael's or what do you call the place? Not Hobby Lobby, but Marshall's or somewhere like that. I always had good intentions, but see, they weren't that customizable. At least I didn't know how to customize a lot of them. And like, if you got a spiral planner, then there was no customization. But now, you know, there's so many ways that you can customize a spiral. There's so many ways. I just didn't want to do that. I wanted to pick up the planner and it'd be ready. And that's just not, you know, if you want it customizable, that's just not how it goes. So a lot of times it just may be you need to do a cover change. You may need to add some dashboards or something like that. Okay, so I was gonna keep these undated calendars in here, but I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of writing my numbers in for a calendar. Now, I'll do it like for a week or a day, but I'm just not a fan. So I'll just save these and let me see. Yeah, they're not even. I was gonna say I might get some as a oof. Okay, so we have bill tracker, but the next thing I want to put in here is my monthly budget. And it's like 12 pages, or 12 monthly budgets. And each page comes here. You have, you know, what we've been using, the fixed bills, variable expenses, savings and other, and then down here your kind of summary, and then again up here, your source, budgeted amount, actual amount, where you plus or minus the total, and then the month. And then on the back you have lined notes. Yeah, this is crooked as hell. You have lined notes, and you get 12 of those. So that way, if you are printing it for digital, you don't have to worry about every month printing this out. You'll have them here ready. The only thing, like I said, you may have to print more of is your paycheck budget. Oops. And then I'll put this here. And I kind of want to put a cover over here. So let's get, I think I want to do this one. Over monthly. And did we put, yeah, okay. So then we have monthly, and then I have my bill tracker. And just the way that it flows in my half letter is, let me take this out. It would probably easier to take that out, Yoshida. That was crazy. is my paycheck budget follows behind it, behind the monthly, and this is all paycheck budget. And so this is how the paycheck, did I make some changes to paycheck budget? No, I made changes to the monthly, and I'm gonna show you the changes that I made. Bill tracker, don't go there. So on the monthly budget, the changes that I made was remaining. I added remaining here at the top. So here, what you have remaining, you bring it up here. And the reason I didn't have it on the other one, I don't have it on the paycheck, because the remaining amount is here. You just go here, but I decided I wanted to put it here and here. So that's the only change that I made to those. But I'm loving the new paycheck budget. And someone, one of my planner friends, planner peeps, planner customers, whatever you want to call it, tagged me. Let me see how many of these you get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you probably have to print this a couple of times to get your year's worth, but you start out with 9. And then if you can, on your printer, you should be able to print just these pages that you want to do. So then here's bill tracker. Bill tracker need to go to the front. I'm just going to take, this is from 2024. And then this was like in one of our budget boxes, and it was like a bunch of them. I'm like, Yoshida, they don't need but one. But now it makes sense, because look how fast time has gone by. Jesus Christ. So I'm going to take these out, and we'll move these to the front once I'm done back here. Okay, then, so the next section that I have, I'm going to leave this one. Nope, I'm going to use this dashboard. I don't have a, let me see. I got some extra dividers in the back. So I just have to get her to be as fluent and flow like my classic HP. And I think she'll make it there, but I just have to come in her. Y'all, I'm all over the place, but I just got to get her to flow like that. But I think I was talking about like when a planner, y'all help me remember, because I'm so sidetracked. But when your planner doesn't work, what's the problem? And a lot of times, again, like I was saying, it could be the inserts, it could be the cover, you know, add you some dashboards, make some fun dashboards, get you some interest pics off of Pinterest, and here we go. Yeah, find you some interest pics off of Pinterest, print them, go on Canva, make you some dashboards. And I actually just put a freebie up on my, I just put a freebie up on wait a minute. Let me go back. This is on Instagram. I'll just put those in later. So yeah, find freebies, you know, put those on there, something that kind of speaks to you. There we go. And do that and change them out. Just change them out. I think this is right. Then I'm gonna take this off. And then I found this. I don't know if it was in there. There. Okay. Let's get it together, Yoshida. We don't want to be here all night. I'm leaving that in there. And I think, oh, and wait a minute. I forgot about this. I'm going to put this up at the front. Set her aside. So we'll leave this currency dashboard here. And then we're going to put in savings tracker. Did I show y'all what the debt looks like? I'm sorry. Okay, also, this is my copy, but let me show you what the debt tracker looks like. So you have debt, creditor, minimum payment, due. That's like the date that it's normally due, or the date you just, you know, you got to pay it. And then you have your starting balance, your account number for that debt, your interest rate, and then over here, snowball or avalanche, and you can just click which one you're doing to pay this off, and it has date, amount, and paid. Now, when I did these, I noticed that the font was just too deep. I went back and changed it so it won't be that deep, and you'll see it in the other ones. So I went back and changed that, so that is changed. But I had started printing, and I was just going to reprint all of this so that it would look good, but I said, girl, and plus I was out of ink, so this is my copy, so it's okay. But yeah, I'm like a little terrified. Like, I don't know if I was embarrassed that the papers came out crooked, because, you know, I was just rolling that year. So it has kind of like, and that was another reason I was telling somebody some of the reasons I left out of the community. And that was just one of them, because everything had just went left. And I know I shouldn't be dwelling on it, but yeah, so it just kind of stopped me from wanting to create, because I like for things to be right. You know what I mean? Because I spend my money, and there's a couple places I know I can go and things are going to be right. Have I gotten things that wasn't right? Sure. From big shops, sure, they've corrected the problem. And that's what I did, but still, I didn't see it that way. I saw it as like, oh, I'm not the big shops, and oh, I don't know, you know, just, I don't know. So I just don't want to, and right now I don't want to invest the money in it, because I'm just, after spending so much money on that machine and it to break down in a year, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So I did sinking funds tracker. No, I didn't show y'all sinking funds because I was running my mouth. So the sinking funds, so I showed you the no, I didn't show you the savings. We did that. Savings tracker, saving for, what you're saving for could be a car, house, baby pair of new shoes, whatever. Your monthly goal, the goal, this is the goal of the total amount, but then your monthly goal, and then your starting balance, and then your date, amount, and the balance. Okay? That's sinking funds, correct? No, savings tracker. So yeah, now we're on to sinking funds. So the fund, the goal amount, and when is it due by, and then the date, amount, and the balance. Okay, and then we get into spending tracker, which is my favorite. So I updated the spending tracker, and I don't know why, but you're gonna have to probably print out a lot of these, because I didn't put that much in there. See how this is crooked? I can't see all that. It's okay for me though. I can't wait to budget in here though, because I'm gonna see how it go. But I was talking to Bree, and I was just saying how, and we were saying like sometimes like for budgeting you need something bigger. You need something like something tiny wouldn't necessarily work for me. Yeah, so spending tracker, you get a couple of pages here. And what I did to update this was, there's always been card and cash on the side, and you just write it in. But here you have the month now, because I know for me, my spending tracker, this is a week, okay? I can fill up a page in a week. And so this is the month. So you have the date, the item, the amount, and whether it's card or cash, and then you can just check it. And then the last thing we have is notes. So I'm going to move them to the back, because I'm going to leave in the weekly finance section. I left in this savings, debt payments, all this in here, in case I need extra. And these are old ones. And see how I did it here, yearly contribution, monthly contribution. And then I'm going to take that out. And this all is, and then back here, let me explain. Back here is a business budget workbook I did years ago. And I just never put it back in the shop. I updated a little bit, but not. So sometimes I use this for my products or whatever for my business. So I'm going to leave a little bit of business in here. And then I'm just going to stick some notes. Normally, oh, here goes some notes, and it has notes here. So right now this is complete. See, and these, that's another thing, these and then I'm gonna stick this balance your budget here. Let me put it here, and then I'm gonna put this here. Ooh, and guess what? This paper clip is green. I don't know where I got this paper clip from. So it blends right with that. Oh, but what I'm gonna get for here are those green marble discs. Yeah, these clear ones don't turn too good. And I would go in my stash, but I just don't feel like it. I want to make sure that I'm gonna be in this planner. So I gotta make it look good to come up in here. And then what I'm gonna do, like once I get my orders out, I'm gonna like add more stuff and get it like my present one. So, oh, what is he doing here? And I don't have an inbox in here, but I realize in my half letter, I don't necessarily use that inbox, but I will probably add one. So this is what she's looking like. I hope you guys can see. And what did I do with that clip? I had a little old clip here. Oh, here she goes. And then I thought about getting a vinyl cover for her, and I was like, no, not until you use her, Yoshida. So let's see what she's gonna look like in this other cover. But I think I just want to use her like this, like. And now I have this on here. I don't want that, because I want to see. The purpose of me making this was so that I could see this up front. So I'm gonna move this to. And that's the thing, like when you're planning and you're really serious about planning and getting things done, and especially in a budget planner, just move stuff around. Just like if it's not working, get rid of it. Like, where is this here? Don't, I guess this is supposed to be for like inbox. You don't have to. Listen to me. You don't have to, because even if you spent your money, it's your money. You don't have to stay in something because you spent your money. Like, look in your closet. Look at all the stuff that you done bought that you can't wear no more. Same concept. So this is how I wanted her to look. I wanted her to look like this. Let me see if this might work. This is how I wanted her to look. And I may not even need this. Take that off. This is what I want her to look like. A notebook. Like, I did not want it to be in here. And I think that's what got me was, I was like, oh, I done bought this cover. And I really didn't want to part with it because the cover cost so much. And somebody was trying to buy it from me. And I was like, no, then I just got the cover. I'm not trying to part with it. Listen, if you out there and you want this cover, you are welcome to buy it. I don't need it like this. I thought I needed a cover for all my planners. I don't think I need a cover for her. But if I were, this is what she would look like. So let's go through it real quick. And again, I have not put these tabs in here. I've written down what's going on in each tab. But I pretty much went over the bundle. But it needed to flow. It needs to flow like my regular budget planner. And the only thing kind of new to the bundle are these annual and quarterly budget inserts. Everything else is kind of what you usually have. Oh, I also did not do an envelope breakdown in this one. Y'all, this is over, excluding my monthlies, I think I was up to about 170 something pages. So that's what took over the envelopes, because certain people don't do envelopes, so I figured just take that out. And if you wanted an envelope insert, I could just do those separate. Certain things I just felt like come separate, like, oh yeah, we should be putting this in the bill tracker. Let's go back up front. Like the bill tracker. That's something that could be separate. There's no need in putting that in here. So I'm gonna put that in here after the months, I think, or before the months. I done got sidetracked again. Let me just put it in here before. And then I'll probably change my mind again if it's not somewhere I can find it. Also, I want to do budget breakdown in here. So that's that. So we have the monthlies. And this is the main thing I'm concerned about. Like, I need a monthly. I almost ordered one, but I said, Yoshida, just print your own, because I'll come out cheap ordering it opposed to printing and using up all my ink. And then again, this is what the monthly budget's looking like. And then this section should be paycheck budget, and it is. Next section should be, I don't know, debt. Yep, debt tracker, debt tracker. Next section should be savings tracker. Let's see if I'm correct. Yep, savings tracker. And then I think sinking funds, yes. After sinking funds is spending tracker. And that is it of the bundle. And we have note pages, again, weekly finance assessment. And that is it. Like I said, I don't know why these aren't turning well. Let me take them out. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to use this. And I think I'm just going to sell this because I'm just liking clear right now. And I just want it to be like a notebook. I don't need all that. So I'm just going to rotate mine just so they'll get a little comfortable with the pages. And then again, like I said, when I get a chance, like after I fill some orders, I'm going to, you know, print more stuff for her and take, of course, probably take something away, which will probably be just old stuff. I left that other stuff in here. I left the year-end review in here because I like a year-end review. I did not include a year-end review in the new bundle, so I'm gonna fill this out. I left my envelope breakdown just in case whenever I start to do it. And I left old spending trackers, old savings, and debt payment trackers. So these are like extra. Weekly finance assessment is in here, which I don't use, which I probably need to take out because I don't use it in my half letter. But isn't that pretty? Oh my. Oh my. And I wanted to put the cozy dashboard in here, but I felt like it just didn't go with what this was for. And I don't need a bunch of dashboards in here to motivate me. It's really just strictly coming in, get the budget done, get out of there. But I just thought that was so cute. How freaking cute. Okay, y'all, I've been rambling for like 32 minutes. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm gonna put it up. I'm just gonna put her up. And thank you all so much for stopping by. If today was your first time watching any of my videos and you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, also hit the notification bell, come back for more, and I'll see you in my next video, which should be a budget or either a plan with me video. And don't forget, the new items that I showed you will be dropping tomorrow, which is Sunday the 8th. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.